Hey, welcome to another episode of Doujin Drops. My name is Jay. I'm joined by my co-host T. And today's gonna be another interesting episode. We have our guest,
returning guest.
we have our returning guest, TBeast1337 here with us.
Hello, how you guys doing? I'm back for the second time in a row, baby. I'm kidding. Anyways, I'm happy to be here. We're gonna finish our discussion from last time.
Yes.
Right, guys?
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, we might as well just go ahead and let's go ahead and just start with that. On the last episode, we were pretty much talking about Taxi. Very spoiler heavy, by the way. Might as well just get that spoiler tag out of the way too.
Yeah.
Right now.
Just remember, everyone.
Major spoilers.
Major spoilers for this time around.
Yeah, because the last time, I think the most recent episode when we talked about it was episode 12. I was really happy to know that wasn't the last episode. I'm
As were we.
glad. Well, I mean, most anime are ending with episode 30. Well, not most, but some are starting to end with like 13 episodes, which I find really, really amazing. Because more content, better for the viewers. Yeah, so last when we left off, there was only 12 episodes, and now the 13th episode finally came out.
It is a season finale for that too, boys.
And girls.
Yeah, so let's go ahead. What you thought about that, T-Beast? What you thought about the last episode?
Well, I was actually kind of glad that some of our speculations came out to be true. Like, say, for example, the fact that Odokawa was actually just perceiving the humans as animals. With the, what was it called again?
That's schizophrenia. It's something else. It's not schizophrenia, but
I forget what the name of it is.
But it's along the same lines almost, I guess you say.
Something agnosia.
Because I know a lot of people predicted that too. That he was seeing everyone else as animals, and I'm actually glad that. But the thing is, like, here's what I liked about it though, boys, is that TB searches up that condition that Odokawa has, is that they didn't actually just say, "Oh, hey boys, here Odokawa has this condition," and then bam, Zootopia. He didn't actually they didn't do that. I mean, like they did it to where here's the reason why Odokawa has Zootopia vision. And they explained it in great lengths too. And I'm like, I like that. They didn't just kind of half-ass it and be like, oh, he stepped on a nail. Then that nail, like, oh. And then he's traumatized by stepping on that nail. So now he sees everything as Zootopia. No, it's not like that. There's more to it than that.
I have mixed feelings on that prediction that came true. On one hand, I don't really like how it kind of touched on that creepypasta territory. But on the other hand, I liked it because it was unique. Not many. I guess for example, like anime. Not many anime end on that note, or have that plot twist.
I guess you could say it subverted your expectations.
I wouldn't really say that. I just
you
say
weren't
it's
expecting
different.
it. You just it happened.
Well, no. I mean, I wasn't expecting it, but
Exactly,
that doesn't
so-
mean it surpassed all my expectations. I mean, I just
didn't
think I
say
was like,
surpass.
wow.
It wasn't what you were expecting.
Yeah, it really wasn't what I was expecting. And I mean, I guess that's nice. It didn't end on a cliche anime ending.
By the way, did you figure out that condition, T-Beast?
I'm still looking for it. It's very, very iffy.
Yeah, they only
It's
mentioned
very niche.
They
It's
mentioned
very
it.
niche.
They mentioned it in the
condition.
anime, but like I don't think they're like searching it up will kind of bring it up, because the wiki page for like the wiki for Odd Taxi is still kind of like unfilled still. Like there's information on the characters, but it's still kind of like not filled in as much. But tell me this, boys, like, did you guys like it how a lot of the loose ends were tied up in the final episodes?
Yeah, a lot of the
there
loose
it is.
ends
I
were
found
definitely
it.
tied up.
I found it. It's called visual agnosia. And it was caused by executive dysfunction. Right, and this is based on the wiki page, by the way, for episode 13, not for the character. So basically, what it does is just like messes with his perception of whatever he's seeing. Like his eyes don't see what they see; they see something else. So, basically animals.
Well, I mean, I just liked how it ended, like, pretty, it wasn't a cliche anime ending. I think I already mentioned that, but yeah, it's like my boy T here said, it did wrap up most loose ends. It addressed a lot of the
characters.
I guess you could say, yeah, background like side character, not really background characters, more the side characters. Whatever they were going through at the time, all their struggles, like it kind of addressed them, and it didn't just left them, on a cliffhanger.
Dude, the only thing I did not like about, like, okay, it did tie up a lot of loose ends, right? There's one major loose end I'm still kind of, all of us are still kind of just thinking on. We're like, why did you leave this, untied? Like, they left it as ambiguous as the Taxi Driver movie, The thing is that one of the loose ends is not a loose end, but they tied it up. But at the same time, I'm like, he doesn't deserve it though. Is that, remember that crazy game developer dude that shot Dobu? Like,
yes.
Yeah, he just went back to work like nothing happened.
Yeah, and so
he had no repercussions for his
none.
actions. But then again, nobody really knew who he was. Only people that actually did know was Otokawa Dobu. That's it.
But at the same,
Yeah, but on his descent to madness, he was just treating everybody at his workplace like shit.
mm-hmm.
And everybody could tell he was having like a mental breakdown, or like he was having some issues. And I know most employers here in the US just don't deal with that. They'll just let you go. I mean, obviously they'll find a reason to let you go. They're not just gonna straight up say, hey, we're letting you go because you're having mental issues. No, because you can get sued out here. But oh, you didn't finish this report, you're fired. Lack of production or something
it's
like
just
that. They'll just find something.
It's just the fact that, like,
any little tiny bit.
No repercussions. He just went back to work as if nothing happened. So you're telling me
he just went back to work and like nobody said anything. He just sat back down on his desk, got on his computer. He just deleted that mobile gaming app that he was obsessed with.
And the thing is, like,
that's it.
so you're telling me there's no CCTV at that parking lot they were at. The thing is, like, there are CCTVs or like cameras at like stoplights or like just random buildings. So I'm assuming they would at least see him run away from the scene or something. No,
it's not just that. I'm pretty sure there were other witnesses, because that was in like an isolated, abandoned parking lot in the middle of nowhere. No, this was like in the middle of like a really busy pedestrian area.
So I'm all like, how?
So nobody saw a hobo-looking motherfucker with a gun just running away.
Exactly.
Like, and not only that, he was screaming at the top of his lungs too.
Exactly.
He ran away screaming.
And like, what about
whenever the episode opened up and Otokawa was being chased by a police car, I'm like, why is little Damien chasing him? I'm like, wait a minute. In the last episode, it wasn't little Damien in the police car. It was Yano and the polar bear dude, and they're trying to kill him.
I'm surprised he didn't handcuff them first before putting them in the car.
He didn't have a reason to.
Oh, you're right, but
yeah, it was just on suspicion.
Mm-hmm.
Then again, I don't really know how Japanese law works.
But at the same time, boys, it's just that, like, yeah, that it wasn't a loose end, but yeah, that game developer dude, I don't think he deserved the ending he got. That was like, he got the good end essentially, and I'm like, why? No repercussions? I mean, he was basically a douche to everyone, like on his descent to madness, like Jay said.
I remember you were telling me like a long time ago, before we even started this podcast, you were telling me about how like redemption works kind of over there in Japan.
Mm-hmm.
And I actually end up disagreeing with a lot of the things that I guess the way it ended is he just redeemed himself, because I know at the end he was trying to jump off the bridge to kill himself, but I guess he snapped out of it. He realized, wait, I still have a job. Not everything is lost, and he just went back to work like nothing happened.
But the crime he's committed, and like he left fingerprints on that gun, and like there's a gunpowder residue all in his hands. I mean,
yeah, but I mean, I'm pretty sure you could just throw the gun off the bridge, and no one's gonna know there's a gun on the bottom of the ocean.
I don't know, man. That idol that was killed, floated back up or fixed back up. So
yeah, but dead bodies tend to float back up. Like, they tend to get washed up. But this is a gun, it's not only smaller, but it's also heavier.
Hey man, people can go CSI mode on a lot of things, so there's that.
Yeah, I get you.
But anyways, viewers, TBeast, tell me this since you're here. So
Yes.
so the game developer was crazy, and you agree that his end was kind of weird. You're like, well, how did he just redeem himself like that, right? But the one thing that I did not like, and all of us, to be honest, didn't like, is how the actual murderer for the idol, that cat idol, was the other cat idol, right? And she kind of got away with it scot-free in a way, right? Now the thing is, here's the thing, boys. When you look at when you read the wiki page, right? The wiki page says that Odokawa at the hospital remembers, oh wait, there's that girl I took to the agency right before, which is the murderer to the agency. He still has the dash cam, and he remembers her. And a significant amount of time has passed since he recovered his human sight, his non-Zootopia sight, because they had a New Year's party and all that. So like some time passed. So we can assume in that time that Odokawa told the police and gave the footage to the police, right? Like
he mentioned he was gonna do it in the hospital.
Now the thing is that when that crazy cat bitch was all like talking to her mom, right? She was all like, "Yeah, mom, I'll do whatever it takes to win. I even killed that other idol." And the thing is like,
well, she didn't specifically say that. She said she lost one of her members.
But like the way she killed that other member, like just choking her out with that rope, and there's no emotion on her face. Like the thing is, when they switched over to the human perspective, it was just
when he was actually murdering her.
Yeah, it was actually just very, very creepy. The way she was choking the other bitch out, and just no emotions, right? No remorse. Now the thing is, when he got into the car with Odokawa, the Wikipedia page said that because Odokawa no longer has Zootopia vision, he does not recognize her as much, right? Or maybe he did. Like they leave very ambiguous, and then that's where it ends. And I'm all like, bruh, because like she said she wanted to tie up one more loose end, right? And she's like, oh, look what a coincidence! The same taxi from that fateful day is here. You get me? And I'm like, bruh. I'm like, run, Odokawa, run! Now here's the thing, boys. Before I let TBeast give his take on it, his hot take, because I want both of you guys to know, is that so? There are audio dramas, right, for the show. However, the audio dramas are mainly in Japanese. Now they just got it to where you can auto translate it from Japanese to English. However, the auto translate is kind of very unreliable. So there is this.
Are you talking about like the YouTube auto translate?
Yeah, it's very unreliable in terms of like.
Oh yeah, no, it sucks ass.
Yeah, so
I don't ever like to use that.
So what happened was this: is that like one fan? Let me look up what's this man's name? Let me see. One person, right? Let me see. Is Auto Taxi audio drama. One fan. I think his YouTube name is Generic Nostalgia. He actually fan dubs the fan subs, or translates into English all the audio dramas, right, from Japanese to English. But the thing is, he translates it better. And also, in case you don't understand the Japanese references or the jokes, he also puts in a little like, hey, disclaimer, here's what they mean by this, so you won't be like lost. But since we're not, we don't understand Japanese culture like that, the nuances like that, right?
Yes,
so
we don't understand.
So there are 13 episodes in general, okay? And he has, I think, like 10 so far. Now the thing is, you can also auto translate the audio dramas to English, right, on their official site, but it's kind of bad. But anyways, what I'm getting at here is that most of the audio dramas are filler, but some of them are very important. Now, the entire point of the audio drama, okay, you guys remember that crazy giraffe high schooler that kept on heckling the Homo sapiens?
Yeah.
So apparently he had a pen, okay? He had a pen. He found a pen that apparently had a hidden mic in it, like some hidden mic, and you can pick up on that frequency by matching it, right? So with a ham radio or something like that, I'm not too sure. But anyways, he has that.
Oh, I've heard that theory.
So basically, he would leave the pen in a lot of places, or just pass off the pen, and it would like fall into someone's hands, and then he would listen into their conversation. So you.
That's actually very intuistic, I guess you could say.
Kind of spyish if you think about it.
That's actually a good way to be a modern spy.
No, but anyways,
yeah, it's pretty. Yeah, it's like you said, it's pretty ingenious. I mean, it must have been a nice ass pen for everybody to pick it up, because most people that throw away pens just look at it and it's just a cheap. It's just a cheap
so
pen.
it does
But if you
look
have
like
a
a
really
cheap
nice
pen,
one,
that's the
then
thing. It looks like one of those magical girl wands that you see on a magical girl anime.
Okay, yeah, I never really gave it much thought of that pen. I know, like with Odd Taxi, like every minor little detail thing is very important, but there's just some things that just kind of like fly under the radar. For me.
So what I was getting at is this. So TB said it was like a magical girl pen, right? Thing is, it was one of those like lucky pens that if you hold on to it, you get lucky. If you throw it away, you get bad luck. So I guess some people were superstitious, or some people just held on to it, right? But it was passed along from Odokawa and the Doctor to the idols and everyone, even the Homo sapiens too, like the comedians. It was passed through to everyone. Like you learn that Odokawa's doctor is not only rich, but like he has a maid. He has a maid and he has a big house and blah blah blah, stuff like that, right? And the idols, they shared some secret. They played a game where they shared secrets with each other, and they even like mentioned, oh yeah, I killed someone, or I hit a body, right? But the game was the game is to tell each other 2 truths and 1 lie, and like you don't know
2 truths and a lie.
Yeah, so you don't know
that game.
Yeah, so you don't know if it throws people off, right? Now the thing is that like we learned later in this audio drama that the pen did not really belong to the giraffe guy. He just found it, and you're like he's wondering, who does it really belong to, right?
Okay.
Now, the thing is that like, they learn more and more about the idols, like their deep secrets, right? And he's like, holy crap, this is getting kind of intense. And then it even ends with even monitors the that kangaroo barkeep girl, right? And lady and the Don Roku guy. But the most important audio drama clip was the last one, because it showed everyone that you knew: the Homo sapiens, Odokawa, the doctor, the alpaca nurse, right? The Edokawa, his monkey friend, right? Basically everyone, his close friends, even the comedians, or they're all like having a New Year's party. Right? At the end of the New Year's parties, everyone, TBeast, they learn.
I want to know something. Hold on a second. Wait, like all of them are in the same party?
Mm-hmm.
Who's hosting it?
No, the kangaroo Barkeep.
Okay, so they all went to that same bar?
Yes.
Yeah.
But they had never seen any of them all in that same bar.
But like you gotta realize, the doctor is friends with Odokawa. Odokawa was also friends with the alpaca nurse, the monkey, and then the comedians. Odokawa already met them, in the car and talked to them, and he's also a fan.
Okay.
Oh yeah, remember he does like always listen to their show on the radio.
That is true. He does listen to them.
Now the kicker is,
I still don't understand how he gets in touch with them and invites them to a New Year's party.
I mean, think about it. A lot of the events in the episodes have like intertwined with each other, so I'm assuming that's how they found a common interest somehow through that they were all involved in this weird murder mystery bank heist thing,
I guess.
Well, look. Here's the thing: the main takeaway was this at the end of the last audio drama was that because what is it? The high schooler was not there, right? But he left it there just so he can listen into the conversations. But when the high schooler came back over there, right, to retrieve it, it was closing time. Everyone already, it was almost closing time. Everyone already left at this point. The owner of the pen was the barkeep. Yeah, apparently that kangaroo barkeep, right, that old lady, she was actually really into gossip. She's really into gossip and drama, so that's why she actually purchased the pen and like put the mic in there, right? But the thing is, when as the giraffe guy was trying to get the pen back, someone knocked at the front door, and they're like, we're closed, right? But when they opened the door, someone knocked out barkeep lady, right? And came and grabbed and threatened the giraffe guy, and the whisper and said into the mic, "I'm coming for you next, whoever's listening," right? And it was that crazy cat bitch that killed the first idol.
Oh.
So yeah.
So pretty much it just ended with her revealing she was a serial killer, essentially.
No, but yeah, listen to this, Jay, T-Beast. Is that it was a very subtle thing, but the pen was actually seen throughout the episode, throughout the entire season 1, being passed around. But you just didn't pay it any mind,
Well, yeah, because it's one of those animes that any little small details actually matter.
Chekhov's gun.
Actually, I think I've mentioned this in the last podcast we did, because I saw it in the music video for Pun P and for Odd Taxi.
Yeah, did you?
Yeah, I did see it in that music video, and it's supposed since Otokawa sees himself as a walrus and sees everybody else as animals.
Yeah.
One of the guys in the music video that got into his cab had the pen on him, and he left it in his cab as Otokawa drove away.
So tell me this, T-Beast and Jay, how do you feel about this new knowledge? Because that crazy cat murderer, she has the pen now on her, and she's still talking with it.
Well, I think it's interesting that they have some continuation, some more content for it, because I think it was T-Beast that mentioned that the anime is actually not based off of any light novel or any manga or anything. It's like it's its own original thing, which is really nice because it's not that much anime that have that. And the anime, it's more of a hit or miss. It could either be really, really good or it could be really, really bad. The way they show that animation when it comes to that, just original anime ideas, not based off of any other source material. And this one ended up being really good, and I just like the fact that there's some more content out there for it.
Well,
because I honestly don't think there might not be another season.
Look, Jay, the thing is there is a manga, but it's more promotional.
Yeah. Okay, see, I just looked it up right now because I don't want to be spreading misinformation, and I'm sorry about that, but there is a manga now, and it's an adaptation of the anime. So it's kind of like the reverse of what usually happens.
Yeah, T just said it was promotional. Yeah, so before we move on to our next topic, you have any last thoughts, T-Beast?
Yeah, be quite quiet over there, man.
I'm sorry. I just like to listen to what you guys say before I say anything.
Well, give us your opinion on what they should do with that loose end, with that crazy cat ambiguous ending.
Honestly, I think that if that guy is still listening in on the mic on the pen, he should just go to the police with that information and be like, "Hey, I know who did the murder. I know what she's doing right now. I know where she is. I know how to stop her, and I just need you guys' help." That's pretty much what any logical person should be doing.
All right, well, let's move on to our next subject. What anime are you interested in? The new season just began. I wonder what anime are you guys into?
Me,
looking forward to this season.
I have been looking forward to this since the end of season 1 for this anime. It's called Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Maid.
How did you feel about Mini Dragon Man?
I've watched 5 episodes of it, and I can say it gives me that heartwarming feeling that I've been missing since the end of season 1, because it's short, it's sweet, and it's funny. Yeah, I know most people don't like short anime like that, but it's more like to promote the next coming season. It's more like promotional commercials. It's not supposed to be a full length episode.
Yeah, I'm more along the lines in the camp that I don't really like short 3-minute anime. I don't like it because it's not enough content for me.
It's not supposed
to be.
It's very
lackluster. Yeah, it's very lackluster and kind of quick. It's the reason why I didn't really like Heya Camp, even though I'm a really big Yuru fan camp. Fucking camp. My bad. I'm a big Yuru Camp fan.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I try to say. Well, what about you, T?
Well,
any anime you're looking forward to this season?
I'm looking more forward to more along the lines of Jahy-sama Can't Be Stopped. That one with that, that succubus that comes into the world, and depending on her power level, or she can be turned into a little kid, or a busty ara person. I want to watch that.
You're talking about the cat girl, right?
Yeah, and then after that there is My Senpai's Annoying. I mentioned My Senpai's Annoying like in a previous podcast before, but the thing is, I like the My Senpai's Annoying. It's because, well, they're all adults, and it's almost has that Nagatoro teasing in a way, but it's more wholesome and less of bullying, But I'm glad that it's getting an anime adaptation, and that it's getting some attention. I'm just afraid that the Twitter warlords are gonna just attack it, because it's even though she's an adult, she's basically short and almost kid-like, and there's this big Iron Man looking dude who's basically her senpai, and they have some type of romance blossoming. Some of them are like, I don't know how people are gonna feel about this. The SJWs will attack with full strength.
Well, with me, it's just Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Maid Season 2. This is the only one I'm looking forward to, and I guess Jahy-sama Can't Be Stopped. Other than that, I mean, this season is looking a little lackluster for me. I did watch Girlfriend Ex-Girlfriend, the first episode before we started this podcast.
Mm-hmm.
I actually thought it was going to be good because of all the promotional art that, before an anime comes out, they show some promotional art. Maybe some parts of the scene and everything. I'm like, oh, it looks pretty interesting. And I've watched the first episode, and I don't really know how to feel about that MC. He's kind of loose in the brain. Like I don't
he's
know.
crazy, or like his mannerism is not what you would expect of somebody.
His mannerism isn't what I was expecting. I mean, who asks? I mean, and I guess this is spoilers for episode 1.
It don't matter.
But how do you have a girlfriend, and then another girl confesses to you, and you're like, I also like you, so I'm gonna go ask my girlfriend if it's okay to also go out with you. And I'm like, what the fuck?
And that is
And
what
he
you call.
says it.
That is what you call a big D move, man.
That's kind of
right.
scary. That's kind of like a Chad move, but like you're going into that world of not necessarily.
Well, the way he said it wasn't Chad enough. I wouldn't really call it a Chad move. It's just the way he said it made me think: is this guy all right in the head? Like, is he thinking straight? Because how do you come to that conclusion? I mean, sure, the girl that confessed to you also, like, she's very cute, and she also made you dinner. And what I liked is she even mentioned that she prepared 3 months for that moment. So she was exercising, dieting, learning how to cook, taking care of herself, making sure she looked her best for that moment. And I guess that must have touched, something in his heart. And I get that, but dude, you're already going out with somebody. And I mean, what I did like is he did admit that he was going out with somebody. He just didn't have to, she just didn't let her know. But how do you come to that conclusion?
I don't know.
Yeah, that's just what I want to know. Like, I might as well just give it a shot to see if I can go out with both of these girls. And I think for me, that made me kind of disappointed was the other girl just went along with it. She's like, okay.
Like One Punch Man, okay?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah, she was just like, okay, let's go ask her and see if she's okay with this.
See, that's pretty bad. That's bad. But you did say that the manga came out, it was out for a while. So the standards were not, the standards of storytelling was not the same.
I don't really know when the manga came out. I did read it too, but I never really mentioned it until now that the anime came out. I guess what I'm trying to say is, man, I sure do miss Oresuki. That was actually a really good rom-com.
Is that the one with the bench in every episode?
Yes.
That's the one. Okay, yeah. I remember watching half of
I feel like that was the most realistic rom-com out there.
I only watched half of it, so I can't really speak much on it. I can just say that whenever whenever he started doing his own thing and hanging out with that other chick, they all, for some reason, they still like, oh, we were wrong. We want your D2. So that's pretty much that was.
Well, I
my
mean,
take
the
from it.
anime came out a while ago, so there's bits and pieces that I don't remember. But I just know that I liked it because of how it was different. Because in most anime, when a girl turns you down, for some reason the MC's still in love with her, and he'll do like stupid shit to try to get her attention afterwards. But in this one, he just gets to reject it, and he's like, nah, fuck these bitches.
Yeah, I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. That's the logical response.
Yeah.
That should be the logical response for anybody. I mean, of course, except
Well,
for
I don't
people
know.
that
I
are,
mean, when you're in high school, like that honeymoon love goggle phase takes a while to go away.
yeah, but when you're in high school, you're also a dumb little piece of shit. But still,
Dumb little piece of shit.
All right. Well,
Wait,
does
so
anybody
you're not
else have
really-
anything to add?
No, but like,
before we
yes.
wrap up this episode.
yes, I've also been watching this other anime called So What? I'm a Spider. Oh no, So I'm a Spider. So What? Let me tell you something about this anime, man. I watched it on a whim because I didn't think it was gonna be as good as it is, but oh my god, is it good! The storytelling, the plot, the character development, and the monster leveling system is amazing. Or the leveling system in general is amazing. And the art style too. I mean, it does have a little bits and pieces of CGI in it, like for some of the fight scenes, but you can barely notice that they're CGI. And like I said, the plot is great on this. 9 out of 10. But one of the reasons why I say I watched it on a whim is because I thought that it was going to be a ripoff of another good anime that I like called That Time I Got Reincarnated as a Slime, which by the way is getting a season 2 and on T's July 6th. I'll pretty much rant over because it's already done. But anyways, I thought it was gonna be a ripoff of That Time I Got Reincarnated as a Slime, but it's actually pretty good. It's almost similar, not quite, kind of. It's the same premise, reincarnated as a weak monster, level up, become a big badass monster. But the thing is, it's not just one person that got reincarnated. It's not just one person. And the whole story is driven by the fact that by that one fact, that not just one person got reincarnated.
Everyone in the classroom got reincarnated, right?
Yeah. Everyone in their
interesting.
class.
Yes, it's
got
very, it's
reincarnated.
very interesting. There are waifus in that show too.
Oh yeah.
Now tell them about the dubbed and sub, because like I feel like
Okay,
you can either watch it
so
either way in this type of
me-
anime.
like I said, I watched it on a whim, so I watched the dubbed first. But I quickly ran out of episodes that were dubbed, so I had to switch over to the sub. And when I switched over to the sub or the original, not much of a difference. It's like it was like almost seamless for me. It's like I've been watching the show in its original content the entire time, and there's like, I don't know how you say, there's no discrepancy with the voices. Well, not as much as you would expect, because dubbed and subbed are completely different. But you can easily transition from subbed to dubbed, back to dubbed and subbed.
So TB, is there anything else to add on to this?
Yes, follow me on Twitter, Instagram, Twitch, and YouTube. TBeast1337.
All right, boys and girls. I guess that wraps up this latest episode of Doujin Drops.
Yeah, this is T.
It's good to be back, boys.
And I'm
See
Jay,
you
and
next time.
thank you for listening.
Mm-hmm.
I'm TBeast1337.